Psalm 133. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
Then Jesus came to them and said, All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, why don't you think you don't hear no more about it? Because it'll rewrite what they taught us in the Bible, man. This is certain stuff that we have to ask ourselves the question. Why aren't we knowing all this stuff? But the Vatican and them know it. They know it because the Pope, they put it in a secret vault, secret chamber, because a lot of that stuff would that if it got out, it would contradict what we know today.
So let me ask you this. Everybody on the panel, right? No judgment, right? And I asked this question last week. Is everybody of the Christian faith?
Everybody's of the Christian faith. You know, we as black people, before Christianity was placed upon us, we was a spiritual people. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Jack, I'm gonna just ask you, I'm kind of sensing out. Do you believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God?
I honestly, man, those are my beliefs because that's what I was taught.
Okay, but do you believe it though?
Yes. No, I'm saying yes.
Okay, so God says, right again, that's what I believe too, brother. I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and you know what? You know who taught me that? You know who really taught me that?
No.
God says in the Bible, right? He says that if you really believe that in your hearts, no man can teach that. No man can teach you that. That's something that God, that's something that God imparted to you. There's nobody here alive that could convince me otherwise. Because there was no human being that imparted that to me. That faith was given to me from God, right? And that's why I've rise. So that's why if you believe it, if you genuinely believe, you're willing to put your life on the line because that's what you really believe.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what's funny? I honestly, knowing you, I know and believe that, right? But you got to understand, 95% of the world believes the faith or has the faith or believes in what they believe in because it was taught to them, right?
Exactly, Kevin.
Most people don't
just like racism.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that's taught to you. And so that's when you have to start to think about, I think one of the things about religions that is so powerful is that so many of them teach you that anything but this is not real, right? And to me, being of Christian faith, right, I still do believe though, because what I believe doesn't have to be what you believe, right? Like, so I always leave room for, this is what was taught. This is how I was raised. I was raised Christian, right? So just like what we're talking, I believe what I believe because it was poured into me, right? Like it was taught to me. But as I've traveled the world and, loosely when I say the world, but as I've traveled in life and gotten to know people from different walks of life and different faiths, I feel like, it's okay to be Muslim. It's okay to be something else. Buddha. To me, it's okay to be Buddha. It's okay to be.
Let me ask you this.
As long as you follow what you follow religiously.
Exactly.
Just to clarify, right? When you say it's okay, right? You being a Christian man, right? That was taught this faith by family or society or whoever it may have been, right? You being a Christian man, do you believe that there are other paths to God other than Jesus Christ? Is that what you're saying? I just want to be clear.
Well, say that again.
Do I believe that there's other paths?
Right, like because you You said
no,
it's going to be,
but I do believe that I do believe that there are other paths to Allah or Jah or
Muhammad,
or whoever it is that you believe in, right? Because think about this.
That's their version of God and Jesus.
Your religion is almost solely based on where you're from.
Yeah.
If you're Indian, you don't believe in God.
Hinduism.
Right? Like if whatever, however these other countries and whatever they're believing, you believe in God,
right,
more times than not because you're American, and that's what's taught mostly here in America. So here's what I'm saying: if there's a Chinese guy who's lived his life pure and clean his whole life, he's done right, he's repented to his Hindu God or whoever he believes in, I don't believe that he's going to burn in hell because he doesn't believe in the same God that I believe in.
Right.
I agree with you, Kevin.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you live your life righteously and you do the right things, you will be where you're supposed to be.
Hey, Kev, good points. You know what? I'm glad we're having this conversation, gentlemen, because this is really going to allow us to address what it is that it is meant by, being born again and what that really means, because there's a lot of people, like you said, Kev and Jack, that they just do this Christian thing because of where they're born and society and in the world. It's I guess, unique to specific to where they were brought up and how they were raised. And we're going to get into that. And this wasn't on the topic, but the guy that's leading, this wasn't on the agenda, but this is a great opportunity to discuss.
But you brought this up though.